Mitch McConnell, apparently, by I guess his own admission, is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Because according to a new report by the New York Times, Mitch McConnell actually thought that Donald Trump was just pulling his leg when he talked about challenging the results of the election or mentioning all the alleged fraud that Trump was mentioning in the early days. No. Then Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell thought, he's just yanking my chain. Nothing to worry about here. And that's why Mitch McConnell said he was, or people said McConnell was willing to go along with it at that point because, of course, this dude's not serious. No. Here is what the New York Times reported. The senator was under a false impression that the president was only blustering, according to officials in the White House. Mr. McConnell had multiple conversations with the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and the senator's top political advisor Josh Holmes, and they had spoken with Mr. Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor. Both West Wing officials had conveyed the same message. They would pursue all potential avenues, but recognize that they might come up short. Mr. Trump would eventually bow to reality and accept defeat. And we all know how that turned out. The events culminated on January 6th with the storming of the Capitol by the crazed Trump supporters who had been egged on for almost 2 months by Donald Trump and his claims of election theft. And the whole time Mitch McConnell kept thinking to himself, apparently, according to these people that spoke to the New York Times, that any minute now he's going to come out like he's going to be Ashton Kutcher on Punk to be like, we got you. And it never happened. Why? Because I'm sure in the early days, as we've discussed before, Trump did know that he lost the election. He did not believe these claims of election fraud. But both his ego and his own gaslighting ended up forcing him to believe that the election was in fact stolen from him. I have no doubt, and that's what his niece Mary Trump says ended up happening to him. She is a mental health professional. She says that he repeated these lies enough that not only did he convince his base that it was true, but he convinced himself. Like, he gaslit himself, and the whole time Mitch McConnell, if these reports are to be believed, was just sitting there, stupefied, like, nope, any minute now. Any minute he's going to come out and it's going to be a joke and we're going to move on and he's going to accept it. Y'all just wait. I know it. I had talks with them. It's going to happen. And it didn't happen. So either Mitch McConnell is the dumbest person in the Senate, taking that crown from Marco Rubio, or, much more plausible, he's just trying to save face. After all, Trump's not in office anymore. Trump's not even on social media anymore. Mitch McConnell is still the minority leader in the U.S. Senate and will be for at least the next 2 years. He's got a full 6-year term ahead of him now. So Mitch McConnell has to save face. Mitch McConnell can't be viewed as somebody who went along with Trump's plan willingly. He was an unwilling participant, is what we're to believe now. That he was just hoodwinked or bamboozled by all the malarkey. No. Mitch McConnell knew exactly what was happening. And even though Mitch McConnell also knew there was no widespread fraud, he knew that Trump would never concede. He knew that Trump would never see reality. He knew that Trump would never relent. And anyone who tells you otherwise, Mitch McConnell included, is absolutely lying to you.